Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:51 and Def Leppard with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rain for a good early part of the day, then cloudy. A high of 59 tomorrow. Mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 49 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Following the passing of Diane Keaton, stars in her hometown of Santa Ana, California are paying tribute to the legendary actress, Santa Ana Mayor Valerie Azmukia. However you say that.
Yeah, it's pronounced Valerie.
Plans to honor Keaton by requesting a street topper near Santa Ana High School and closing the next city council meeting in her honor. The city also intends to light up the iconic water tower in Keaton's honor for the remainder of the week, a tribute previously done for Prince and Kobe Bryant. The process to name a day in Keaton's honor would involve a council member requesting the item and determining who in her family or inner circle would receive the proclamation. They're also going to re-release Annie Hall in theaters.
It's a great movie.
So Woody Allen can make some more money off of Diane Keaton.
Well, yes, but it's not like he's had blockbusters in the last... Well, since that whole thing with Mia Farrow's daughter and everything.
Oh, you mean adopting a child?
Yeah, and then marrying her.
And marrying her?
Yes.
You know, you do one thing in your career and people label you as some sort of creep.
That's a pretty big thing, though.
You think?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of hard to get around that one.
Yes, but he justified it somehow.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are.
Alec Baldwin and his brother Stephen were involved in a car crash in the Hamptons yesterday. The duo crashed Alec's wife's Hilaria's SUV into a tree, but thankfully nobody was injured.
How's the tree?
It's dead. Yeah.
That's too bad.
Alec took to Instagram to assure fans of their safety and well-being, expressing regret over the damage to his wife's car. Hilaria also confirmed their well-being on Instagram, thanking everyone for their concern. Fans and well-wishers have been sending messages of relief and support to the Baldwin brothers. So there you go. Trying to find no political entertainment stories on our
like a needle in a haystack.
Well, Mitt Romney's sister was found dead in a parking garage.
That's a big Hollywood story.
Well, I mean, isn't that you get all your Hollywood news, your news from the Hollywood portion of this show?
Sure. Yeah.
It's like people only using TikTok for their news source.
I can understand why that story might be in the entertainment section of the internet.
Perhaps. Let's see. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry.
Okay.
This is why politics is in entertainment, is because they're sleeping with politics.
So what's up with them?
The rumored romance between Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau has sparked headlines, but the real focus is on Sophie Gregoire Trudeau's journey of self-redefinition after her recent divorce. So they're focused on Justin Trudeau's ex-wife.
I see.
Instead of
his new hookup.
Sophie, a prominent figure in Canadian media, has been open about her struggles with bulimia and is actively dismantling her identity as the Prime Minister's wife. While the relationship with Katy Perry remains unconfirmed, Sophie is reportedly exploring a new chapter with Ottawa surgeon Marcos Batali, showcasing resilience and independence in shaping her own narrative.
I hope the rest of Canada can get a grip on this story.
This is some hard hitting stuff here.
You almost wonder if there's anything else going on in Canada.
There is nothing going on in Canada. That's why
top news all around the world.
Let's see, more about Diane Keaton. Oh, the casting director for 16 Candles, Mask, and Dick Tracy, Jackie Birch, dies at 74.
Mm-hmm. That's too bad.
That's a young death. John Travolta.
He died?
No, he didn't die. John Travolta paid tribute to his dead wife, though, Kelly Preston, on what would have been her 63rd birthday by sharing a song he recorded for her. The heartfelt song expresses his love and dedication to Preston, who passed away in 2020 after battling breast cancer. Their daughter also honored her mother on social media, sharing a photo and expressing her love. The Travolta family has faced previous tragedies, including the loss of their son Jet in 2009, but continue to honor Preston's memory through their work and tributes. I saw her in person once.
Kelly Preston?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
She
yeah.
was quite the lady. I saw her standing on the side of the street in Times Square.
Really?
Hailing a cab.
Did you hail it for her?
No, I was just driving by. And the three other guys I was in the car with are like, oh my God, that's Kelly Preston. And we didn't say a word.
Well, you were in the car. What are you going to do?
Well,
you
because
stop the car in the middle of New York City traffic?
Well, because I was in the car with three other idiots who were drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And yelling things out the window randomly to people as we were driving through Manhattan. And then when we saw Kelly Preston, not a word out of anybody.
That's amazing. And in a very similar tone, the most famous person I ever saw walking on the New York City streets, late actor Five-ish Finkel.
Oh, get out. Really?
I'm telling you. I was driving around the city with a bunch of drunken friends, and I said, hey, wait a minute. That's Five-ish Finkel.
Five-ish Finkel.
From Picket Fences.
When was the last time we made a Five-ish Finkel reference on this? Probably the last time you told that story.
Potentially. I mean, he's been dead for 9 years.
Michael J. Fox, known for his journey with Parkinson's disease. Actually, I would know him more as the guy from Family Ties and Back to the Future. I don't know him because he has Parkinson's.
No, in fact, he was much more famous before all that.
Well, he's openly shared his struggles with the progressive neurological disorder since being diagnosed in 1991. At 65, Fox recently revealed new challenges, including increased mobility difficulties, highlighting the reality of living day-to-day with Parkinson's. Despite these hurdles, Fox remains active and continues to raise awareness through the Michael J. Fox Foundation. He doesn't want a dramatic death.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. You can't really control that.
It's not really your choice.
It's going to not be up to you.
Is there some way we can turn this sad thing around and do a happy story about, the Kardashian family?
How about Kim Kardashian, who's giving money to help battle wildfires?
Really?
She knows what it's like to get that burning feeling.
Well, she must have something to say.
Oh, my God, the last time I had a burning sensation was when Ray J gave me the crotch crawlies and lip crispers and that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. Did you ever have a crotch crawly or a lip crisper?
I have not had the lip crisper. Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once put some coins in the poon box. A little burnt baked ziti in the Krabby panties.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is she gave me something that I could live with, unfortunately, for the rest of my life. Puss the Magic Dragon. Every time I get a prescription, I think of your mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, your mother. And that is your... Did you ever have Puss the Magic Dragon?
No, I haven't. No.
He lives by the sea.
I bet
you
he.
know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why there's always little Johnny Paper close by.
That's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, this Sunday, the New England Patriots will be in Nashville, Tennessee for the thrilling Week 7 matchup against the Tennessee Titans, the very team that Patriot head coach Mike Vrabel used to work for when he became the 2021 NFL Head Coach of the Year. Of course, that would be the last time the Titans would make the playoffs and resemble anything that even remotely resembled a competitive football program. How bad are they? Well, let's just say with their current 1-5 record, it was the Tennessee Titans that decided to become the first NFL team of the season to unload their head coach. Yesterday, the Titans fired head coach Brian Callahan just 6 games into his second season after managing only 4 wins during his entire time there. Now, was Brian Callahan really that bad of a coach, or was he the head coach of an astonishingly horrible football team? Personally, I'm leaning towards an even split. Nevertheless, the Titans will be playing under offensive assistant coach Mike McCoy, who was hired as the interim head coach. Mike McCoy, who had been the head coach of the largely tepid San Diego Chargers from 2013 to 2016, has not held a head coaching position since. That was until now, when he just inherited a raging dumpster fire of a football team. So how does Mike Vrabel feel about facing his former team this week? The very team that fired him after the 2023 season? According to Vrabel, he's just focusing on winning the game on Sunday. He's not even thinking about ripping them apart in a spiteful fit of vengeance. Not even remotely hell-bent on impulsively acting upon things like unbridled rage, furious bursts of hostility, or even executing any combustible, grudge-fueled acts of retaliation. He just wants to win football games. And if that means he can shove his former employer's face into a heaping pile and go screw yourself as a 6.5-point favorite, then so be it. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. So you're going to go rake all those leaves by yourself? How about you do something simple and get yourself an Ego battery-powered leaf blower? It's a lightweight piece of machinery. You can wield it like a lightsaber. You can vanquish those little sad little leaves all over the place very easily. Get your Ego blower at Rocky's, $199 with your Ace Rewards card only at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:13, and Aerosmith with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Going to be rainy and cloudy today with a high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 49 right now in downtown Springfield.
We have a thrilling episode of Am I the A-Hole coming up later on this morning. I'm sure you're not going to want to miss that. And we got other stuff, too.
Yeah, we do, don't we? What do we have?
Well, I have... I want to talk about the difference between like canned peaches and its own juices or canned peaches and a simple syrup.
I like the simple syrup.
Kind of like that, too.
Yeah,
It's a little sweeter that way.
So, well, I had a nice birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday. I'm sorry I didn't get you a present. My present was to, kind of keep your birthday simple. You can thank me later.
I don't want presents. I don't care about that, I don't, if I want something, I'll save up and buy it myself.
See, that is the attitude of someone who is maturing in their life.
Well, it's been like that for years, and I was immature then. So I don't know. It must have been the most mature thing about me, probably by the age of 21 or 2.
That argument could be made very well. I think that for a lot of people, they're dying for gifts, dying for the attention. I don't need that kind of attention. If I wanted attention, I'd go get a radio show or something.
It was a nice day hanging out with my kids, and then they made me a homemade triple chocolate cake, which was absolutely delicious.
Really?
And then put 6-7 at the top of the cake.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like a little meme.
Yeah.
And we had a nice time. It was very enjoyable.
Now, when you actually turn 67, when that actually happens, 20 years from now, are they still going to have the wherewithal to recall the 6-7 on your cake?
I don't think I will have the wherewithal to recall that was a thing.
Not the way you've been self-abusing yourself.
No. God, no. So hopefully I'll remember.
Well, that's nice. So your daughter made the cake?
Yeah, she's really good. I brought in those cosmic brownie things she made. Not the Little Debbie's. She actually made little cosmic brownies from scratch, which are like 10 times better than the Little Debbie box.
With those little flat sprinkles. I don't even know where you get those.
You can buy those in the bacon aisle.
Shut up.
That? Yeah.
There's a whole bacon aisle that has those?
Yeah, you never went to the baking section of...
baking. I thought bacon. I thought that was...
bacon. I
spent a lot of time in the bacon aisle.
Yeah, no, I said it too fast. Baking aisle, you can find those things in there. But it was pretty good.
So you're not the kind of person that's going to go through like a whole week of celebrating your birthday? None of that?
No, but you know what? My phone looks like I am a girl who celebrates birthday week because it's all broken.
Yeah, it's a little smashed.
Yeah, and it's flashing too. People texting right in the middle of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
It was nice and quiet. I didn't have to. I watched a bunch of Three's Company yesterday. That was fun.
Did you see the one where Jack mishears a conversation between Chrissy and Janet and misunderstands the entire thing, and after that, absolute hilarity ensues.
Chrissy is gone. Her cousin Cindy, they just had the going away party for. Terry is the new roommate that Jack humiliated in front of the entire party. But they made up. Everything got wrapped up in 22 minutes. I don't know how they used to do that.
Jack Tripper worked very fast.
Yeah.
I think in every situation that guy ever found himself in, except for that final one, that went very fast.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
Well, either way, it was a good day.
That's
and
good.
I was happy to get a cake. The cake was good. I like cake.
You know what I don't like about birthdays these days?
What?
And maybe it's just the times. I don't know. For a full day on your birthday, you no longer have access to your Facebook page. You can't really post anything because it all gets lost and everyone's wishing you a happy birthday. And I realize it's a nice thing that people are acknowledging you, but I find it to be like a full day with so much to say and knowing it's just going to get lost. People aren't going to even see what I have to say other than say thank you for the birthday wish.
They're going to see what you have to say.
I don't know if they do.
They've kind of corralled that where the birthday wishes are just on like one portion of your page. It's not like when you scroll back, you don't see them all one after another. It says, 700 people wished you a happy birthday, and then you could see more.
You can see all comments or just the relevant ones, which is funny because if you got like 500 comments, how is Facebook determining who are the relevant ones?
Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of people are using the AI response for the happy birthday because 3 people in a row, boomers, 3 boomers in a row posted the exact same message. Happy birthday. Let's see that smile. Happy birthday. Let's see that smile. Happy birthday. Let's see that smile.
Did you show them the smile?
No, I didn't show them the smile. It was just some automated response that, when Facebook says, hey, it's Mike Baxendale's birthday, you go click on your name and it gives you like a list of things to choose from. It's like this is the modern day version of everybody getting the same Hallmark card for their birthday.
Let me ask you this. Has anyone that you know, a human being, a real live, breathing, walking human being ever said to you, let's see that smile?
No.
That should be a dead giveaway. None of the people in my life want to say, hey, let me see that smile. No one says that to me.
I don't know.
You have like a list of options to choose, and that's the one you pick? What's wrong with you?
Because it was probably the first one that was suggested to them.
That's just,
I noticed
that's lazy.
When I go through each person, it's like there's several different options you can use for the AI. I usually do the HBD. That's my favorite because it's eloquent and it's brevity.
Yeah,
and it doesn't require me to be, I'm not like on a personal level with a lot of these people. They're just on Facebook.
I get it,
and I just say HBD.
Yeah,
that's a great transactional thing.
I don't always wish everybody a happy birthday. If I know you personally, then I'll do it. But if I don't really know you,
why?
Well, because it's like
they're fans of yours.
They're fans, but I don't know who some of these people are. I don't know if they can be trusted.
You take the time out and you acknowledge people.
Steve, I got a very busy schedule ahead of me every single day, especially like today, for example, and I don't have time to wish. I don't even know how many people I got today for birthdays.
What's going on today?
I've got a lot going on.
Like?
I have personal things to deal with today.
What exactly personal stuff are you talking about?
Steve, if I told you, they would no longer be personal, would they?
Bax is getting a tattoo removed this afternoon.
No, I don't have any tattoos to remove. Yeah. So that would be that would probably not happen.
All right.
But it's just like I don't all right, so like for example, I got a list of 14 people here I have to say happy birthday.
And all you got to do is write HBD for each one. And it'll take you 2 seconds.
I don't know. Do I seem like a creep for like saying happy birthday to people I haven't actually talked to in like 15 years?
No, maybe we should come up with an automated response. Like the folks at the Bax and Nagle show wish you a very, very happy birthday.
Okay.
We could do that. And then
Sure.
you just copy and paste it to each one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to keep typing.
Well, that eliminates all the effort out of it.
You got to come up with a nice, eloquent message.
That's the time-consuming part.
Just one message, and then you can say the same thing for every single person that's on there.
All right, I'll come up with something.
All right.
All right, I'll think about it.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right, we're doing it. We're doing it.
It's 6:22 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Delicious.
To Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:28 in the Doors with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with a high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 49 right now in downtown Springfield.
The Mayflower Marathon Comedy Night is coming up this Thursday. It's going to be a great night of comedy with Tom Cotter as our headliner. You and I will be there along with Corey G. Tickets are still available, and it all goes to benefit the open pantry in time for the Mayflower Marathon. We have a limited number of Mayflower Marathon Thunderbird hockey jerseys that will be on sale that night for $20. Also a silent auction with some great prizes from MGM, the Thunderbirds, and a whole lot more. And Dave Miner from Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, one of the title sponsors of the night, will be matching any cash donations up to $2,500. Again, it all goes to the open pantry for the Mayflower Marathon, which is coming up next month. Again, tickets are on sale, rock102.com. The Mayflower Marathon brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aquapump, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right.
Okay.
Looking forward to that show.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I want to see the silent auction things. Put some bids out.
I just want to see Cotter.
Oh, I could care less about Cotter. It's more about the silent auction items to raise money for the open pantry.
All right.
Tom Cotter is just I guess a small bonus.
He's a pretty big bonus.
I don't know about that guy. I'd rather see the silent auction.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be worth more laughs to you.
Hey, listen, a night at MGM without Tom Cotter that you can bid on is better than a night with Tom Cotter.
All right. Well, then you sell that sizzle.
I'm joking.
Of course you are.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with Tom and telling him what a failure he is.
You don't have to start with that. He already knows.
You want to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
A man walks into a library and asks the librarian, do you have any books on Pavlov's dogs and Schrodinger's cat? And the librarian says, it rings a bell, but I'm not sure if it's here or not.
That's a philosophy
Pavlov and the
joke.
dog and the Schrodinger.
Science.
See, good stuff.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
3 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Technicians get up to a $5,000 sign-in bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The Holyoke Fire Department responded to several small fires yesterday. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the department highlighted two of the most notable fires. In one incident, crews responded to 115 Newton Street around noontime. When they arrived, they saw a small fire in an abandoned building. They quickly put it out, and the cause is under investigation. In another, crews responded to the Salvation Army building on Appleton Street just before 7 p.m. Firefighters were met with smoke around the boiler and chimney area. An official investigation is underway, but firefighters believe it was caused by a faulty boiler. So basically, firefighters doing firefighter stuff.
Busy day, though.
Busy day. It was Columbus Day.
Yeah, no one should be starting fires on 3-day weekends.
I was in Holyoke yesterday.
Were you setting fires?
No, but I was at a hot place, Rusty's.
Rusty's.
I went to Rusty's for my birthday breakfast.
How was that?
It was delicious. They have homemade hash there.
Yeah, that's the best
And
way.
it's like, you can tell that it's care and love was put into a piece of meat when it's when it tastes so good. like it does up at Rusty's.
And they make it like crispy and everything.
They make it so they have two kinds of hash. You can just get the canned stuff, or you can upgrade for $2. You can get the homemade hash. Who wouldn't upgrade?
Why would you upgrade for that?
I don't know. What person is going? You know what? I don't want deliciousness. I want stuff that tastes like the dog food out of a can. I'll just stick with the regular canned hash.
Give me your finest sweatshop hash, please.
But I had a Patriots breakfast yesterday.
And what was that?
It was basically a scramble, like an egg scramble with hash browns and or potatoes or whatever, and rye toast and eggs and bacon, and everything was like, and then it was on over the top of hash, which was just
that's the way to do it, man. That's so good.
They got a good little business going on up there.
Rusty's.
Yeah.
Who'd you go to Rusty's with?
Myself.
Alone?
Huh. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
I don't know. I sat next to some dude at the counter. I don't know who he was.
You just bellied up and said, Flo, I'll have the Patriot breakfast, please.
Listen, the place was packed when I walked in there at 11 o'clock yesterday morning. So, because it was a holiday. So there's a lot of people not working, and, kids are in there, and, it's a pretty packed place.
Well, good for you for treating yourself.
Well, I that was part of my 20-year anniversary gift, was a gift card to Rusty's.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And I still have money left. I can go back again.
Says so right here.
It says so right here on the card. You can come back as many times as you want until the money runs out, and then you got to pay again. Across the border, this is how they're packaging this story. In Enfield.
Okay.
An Enfield woman is facing a felony charge accused of stealing from an elderly woman in Stafford. According to authorities, 34-year-old Sarah Gintick was hired to clean the 82-year-old's house, who was sick. That's when Gintick allegedly stole jewelry from the home. An unrelated traffic stop led to Gintick's arrest on Monday on an active warrant for the alleged theft. She's being charged with third-degree larceny and was released on $15,000 cash bond. Gintick is due back in court at the end of this month. I see her mugshot here. The police are sending out unsolicited Gintick pics.
Where is that pic?
That's on on Channel Channel 40. Western Mass News.
Oh yeah, that is a gratuitous.
Ooh, she's a redhead too.
Gintick pic.
Yeah, she's on fire.
I hate to say this because when you have someone cleaning the home of like an elderly person, you're basically, you're basically doing it with a certain level of trust that they're going to do a good job and not rob rob Nana blind.
Yeah.
Occasionally that stuff does happen. Probably more than you might think. Not to make everybody paranoid about it, but it does on occasion happen. It's too bad.
Well, Richard Lewis's nurse was stealing things. Remember that signed baseball that Richard Lewis had and he couldn't find it anywhere?
Yes.
And then she was the same nurse who dated Larry David's friend Jeff, who said he had a small you-know-what.
Yes.
And then he said, no, I don't have a small you-know-what. She's got a big you-know-what.
Right.
And the whole episode revolved around this woman's large body part, to which the end where Larry was looking for his cell phone, and then her stomach starts ringing when he calls the phone.
Yes.
Because she was hiding all of that stuff in her very large area.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right.
That could happen in real life.
Absolutely. Bottom line is, keep your eyes open when you have people in your grandmother's house.
I like how they do across the border.
Yes, like there are ICE agents waiting for people at the like bookends.
Well,
there people in Longmeadow are busting through the border.
There could be, but it makes it sound like it's another country. Way across the border in Enfield.
Yeah, you gotta. That's don't cross that wall.
You don't want to eat, or you don't want to be caught up in that. Like a Border Patrol agent going into Connecticut.
Right. There's people
who is that, by the way? Who's the Border Patrol agent for Connecticut?
I'm not sure, but I got to believe there's people in Longmeadow looking over the border say, I hear they got a Chick-fil-A over there.
Oh.
And a Cane's, too. And a Popeyes.
Rental. Well, Cane's, still 45-minute wait for the chicken.
After all this time, there's still a wait?
I don't know. I haven't been down there. I gave up after it was 8 months after it opened, and there was still a really long line out there the one night when I went.
Makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Rental company Jerome's Party Plus is closing this month, unable to survive the loss of its 30-year relationship with the Big E, a relationship that ended, according to both Jerome's and the Big E, after Jerome's employees stole merchandise from the Fairgrounds Better Living Center. Following this year's Hooplandia in June, Jerome's Party Plus sent a crew to the Big E to retrieve tables and chairs that the fair had rented for the occasion. Business owner Greg Jerome said that while there, his employees stole leftover Hooplandia merchandise that had been stacked in the Better Living Center, such as first aid kits as well as Hooplandia branded goods that had been for sale. The fair's parent organization, the Eastern States Exposition, noticed the material was gone, reviewed the surveillance video, and called Jerome's Party Plus, demanding the goods and the names of the employees. Greg Jerome said he confronted the employees and had them go through their vehicles, collecting all the property, taking it back to the Big E, probably within an hour after the theft. He turned over the names. The Big E banned them from the grounds. Jerome said he fired 2 people, and he encouraged the Big E to press charges, but he hoped to be able to salvage the business relationship in which the company typically provided tables for and chairs and everything else for the Big E. But the Big E stopped renting from Jerome's Party Plus after those thefts.
This is too bad because we've been renting from. Well, Jerome's has been a part of the Mayflower Marathon for many years, and I think I think Jerome's was trying to do the best that Greg Jerome was trying to do the best he can to salvage this, understanding that these were employees that did this on their own. I mean, I feel bad that they're in the position they're in now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it shouldn't reflect the ownership of the play. I mean, you hire employees hoping to get labor so you can set these things up and take them down.
Yeah.
You would hope that none of them are doing anything nefarious when they go to a job site to pick things up. And, all the, not just us, but all of the community events that Jerome's donated to over the years, free labor, free tents for this event and that event, and bounce houses and slushy machines and, God knows what else,
Major tents for food raising purposes.
They rented all that stuff.
They did.
And, it sucks.
And the Big E was like one of their biggest accounts. And, on the one hand, I can also see like the Big E's point too, because if you allow this thing to happen with one of your vendors, then, who knows what will happen to other vendors if they feel like they got away with it. But that's not what Greg Jerome was trying to do. I think he was trying to be a responsible business owner after something unfortunate happened. It's too bad.
Yeah, that's if your main business is the place that needs tents and chairs and stuff probably all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna.
That's a tough loss for them.
Let's see. All right, your Pioneer Valley forecast. Let's do that. Cloudy today with a high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 49 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Hi, it's Hank from Tudor Health.
Rock 102 Springfield's Oh, geez. Oh, hey.
Yo, what's up?
I don't know, man. I didn't think that was going to happen like that. Oh, well, what are you going to do?
Well, that was STP, and the weather is going to be the same as it was 5 minutes ago. Cloudy today with a high of 59. It's 49 in downtown Springfield.
Hey, Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool is underway at rock102.com. It's your call football. Weekly winners get a $50 gift certificate to Vanish Valley Brewing. Also, overall season winner gets a $500 cash card, courtesy of Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics. You can spend that anywhere you damn well please. Check your stats. Go with your gut. Go to rock102.com and play Pro Picks Pool from Rock 102, Nor'easter Organic Life Hydroponics, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
We've been talking recently about, where do you find accurate information? Where do you go?
I go to TikTok.
No, seriously, where do you find information that you can believe? That you can actually go, you know what? This is actually this is the facts of the story. This is the
here's the problem.
Yeah,
it's almost impossible to really find that out,
and nobody really can.
It's because one of the big problems is you really want to figure something out.
Yeah.
You have to go through multiple sources and then somehow weave it all together to figure out, well, what are the commonalities between these two stories?
Or wait 2 weeks later to when the actual details come out. You could do that, too.
Well, there's that, too, but very few people have that kind of attention span to wait that long for information.
So yesterday I see a video of a woman talking about the Mount Everest thing. She's like, what you're seeing is not what happened. Actually, look it up that nobody was actually trapped on the mountain. And I'm like, what? So then I go and I look at this and I find this article, and sure enough, this person who is called Outside Online. It was like an outdoor type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you saw a dramatic tweet or two, or your Uncle Ron sent you one of those many videos circulating on Facebook. I'm willing to bet that at some point in the last week or so, you learned that several hundred people were stranded on or near Mount Everest by a massive snowstorm that struck China and Nepal, right? Perhaps you, like me, stared at these headlines and, referencing your knowledge of the world's highest peak, came up with the basic follow-up questions like, 1,000 people are on Mount Everest in October? WTF? It's no secret that mainstream news outlets can sometimes distort or exaggerate the activities that happen on the world's highest mountains. Thus, I've put together a short explainer to help you and Uncle Ron understand the latest Mount Everest mountain drama. What actually happened with the Mount Everest snowstorm? So on Friday, October 3rd, a giant storm blew across the Himalayas and dropped feet of snow in the autonomous region of China known as Tibet. The storm blanketed Mount Everest as well as the mountainous and hilly terrain surrounding it. Also, hundreds of day hikers, campers, people on week-long guided backpacking trips, and yak herders were in this region at the time. You ever have a yak herder before?
Got to have one. You're going to go up there.
These snow jammed up roads and trails and stranded nearly 1,000 of them in the backcountry. Temperatures plummeted below freezing. It was raining and snowing every day. We did not see Everest at all, one trekker said. Things got scary, and the Chinese government, local firefighters, and even everyday citizens had to work long hours to get them to safety. A few trekkers reportedly suffered from hypothermia. Hundreds were eventually evacuated to nearby towns. But in the end, everyone was saved. Right?
Okay.
And then the questions continue. Wait, so none of these people were climbing Mount Everest? No. No one was climbing Mount Everest.
They were around Mount Everest.
They were on hikes, like a guided hike.
Mm-hmm.
But they were Mount Everest climbers, right? No, they were not. They were hikers with zero intention of ascending the actual Mount Everest. But what story did you hear almost every day in the news?
That
the hikers on top of Mount Everest are all stranded up at the top of the mountain. They weren't. It's not real. None of it was real.
See, this is why, when we talk about like local stories, in the news, and you hear, this is what we saw.
Yeah.
That's not reporting. That's just being present. That's different. That's a totally different approach to actual journalism. A journalist would inquire and ask questions about what exactly happened, not just, hey, what am I looking at?
Well, and they also just take the word of, Ryan Walsh is a nice guy and all, but he doesn't always give you the full story of what's going on.
Sometimes he can't.
And it's designed that way. Way. But no reporter from a local news station. Anthony DiLorenzo was the guy that used to go knocking on doors trying to find answers, which would tick off a lot of the officials. Or you're knocking on my door at Sunday morning at 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, because he's trying to get the story straight.
And we used to have, not just Anthony, but there were other people over the last 30 years that used to give us information about stories that, certain aspects of stories that were underreported. Yeah. Now, you don't even get the kind of reporting you need to even get that information, because what they're doing is going out there and just observing.
Right.
This story is almost exactly the same. They've taken bits and pieces of information and inserted context that doesn't exist.
And then so it continues. But were they on Mount Everest? And the guy goes, well, I suppose it depends your definition of on a mountain means. If you define it as I do, being located between the base of the mountain's prominence and the summit, then no, they were not. Well, wait, what? The thing kept scrolling on me.
I see.
I don't know why that happened. Well, what the heck were they doing there? It turns out a lot of people around the world love to go hiking and camping in pristine mountainous backcountry. And they were just there, and the surprise storm happened. Nobody was trying to go to the top of the mountain. They just got stuck in this one area.
And what you're left with, as a reader, is left with the information. I can't believe they were in Mount Everest, all of them together, and there were problems.
Yeah.
Well,
it didn't happen.
Not what happened.
It didn't happen that way. There were people stranded, but it wasn't on top of the mountain like everybody was saying it was, and it wasn't as.
It would be great if this were like an isolated incident, but it makes you wonder, well, how many other news stories do we believe are true that are also out of context and also not accurate?
And we've talked about this before, the simplicity of me doing a mispronunciation of an area as a joke video and people not taking the time to realize, oh, this guy's a comedian. Like he doesn't... Like he's just doing this for fun, rather than see it as the stupid joke that it is, the knee-jerk reaction to say, you don't even live around here. That's not how you pronounce Appalachia.
It's 6:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't know if you're aware of this, but last night the 2-2 Atlanta Falcons became the 3-2 Atlanta Falcons by beating the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football 24-14. Now, you might ask, actually, I don't particularly care about the Atlanta Falcons, nor do I care about their current record, so why should I care about this information either? Well, that's a good question, and under normal circumstances, I might echo that exact sentiment. However, I would ask that you indulge me for a moment while I explain how significant a development this might just be. You see, Atlanta just handed the Buffalo Bills their second straight loss. Their first one came last weekend against the Patriots. Perhaps you might recall that game. A game in which the Patriots went into Buffalo and beat the Bills at home 23-20. By losing two straight, the Bills are no longer in sole possession of first place. They are, in fact, in a two-way tie with, and this is where it gets interesting, the New England Patriots. Why is this important? Well, if the season were to end today, which it hasn't, unless you're the New York Jets, then the Patriots would win the division and easily punch their ticket into the playoffs. Unfortunately, there are still 11 games left to go. However, the Patriots are entering into the easiest part of their schedule while the Bills are entering their bye week. What does that mean exactly? Well, with the upcoming games against some of the crappiest teams in football, such as Tennessee and Cleveland, they could, in theory, briefly take sole possession of first place. Now, I know that a number of things could happen before then. However, the Atlanta Falcons have just opened the door for both opportunity and hope. And on Sunday, November 2nd, we'll get our chance to thank them personally when they come to Foxborough for a Week 9 tune-up against the first-place New England Patriots. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where this might just be an important development? Well, it is. And until the Patriots can prove any of us wrong, that's what I'm sticking with. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Clark and Kensington may not be the most famous house paint in the world, but it is highly rated. You could say that Clark and Kensington paint punches way above its weight. Way above. Save $10 a gallon at Rocky's and Clark and Kensington paint, interior or exterior, at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:13, and Sammy Hagar with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be rainy today with a high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 49 right now in downtown Springfield.
Let's see here.
Should I have just gone right?
I would go. I don't really have much to say.
All right, well, are you ready for another round of Am I the A-Hole?
Yes.
There you go. Here's a good one. We all know people like this. Wife has been working in sales, 100% commission for the past 9 months. She has not made a penny. Oof. Title sums up the situation. She spends 6 to 7 hours a day and demands to be uninterrupted in her home office. We have 3 kids and I work full-time, paying for everything, getting off work at noon. So as soon as I'm home, she's MIA until dinner time. It's really starting to tick me off because she has literally not made a single penny, and she's even had to spend money to buy her own leads. I wouldn't care if she didn't have a job at all and was just a stay-at-home mom. It's the hiding in her office or too busy to do any chores or spend with the family while listening to Agent Academy or other motivational lectures from the team leaders. She claims I don't support her. I did at first, but it's very difficult after 9 months with literally negative profit. Am I the a-hole for complaining about this? Well, a lot of those things that you see people do, they're like pyramid schemes. You can tell it's like they're trying to recruit other people to sell the product that is overpriced.
Yeah.
If you're taking up your time and if you've been at it for a while and you're not making any money, not even like one sale, you might want to think about,
If you're trying to sell something that's not selling, maybe it's the thing you're selling that's the problem.
Well,
or maybe you're just a lousy salesperson.
Well, that's the other thing too. I mean, like I'm not a good salesperson. Like, I'm not. I don't know if I have that gift of that type of gab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was hired many years ago as a youngster to go out and sell placemat advertising.
Really?
Yeah.
That had to be lucrative.
And the commission was like, the guy said, I'll give you $100 for every square you sell on this here placemat, right?
Okay.
And I did that for about a month and a half.
How many squares did you sell?
0.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, you know what? This is not my cup of tea. And I just, the cold calling idea where you're just walking into a business going, hey, would you like to buy an advertisement that somebody's going to get maple syrup on and never read your ad anyway?
Something that someone's going to spill coffee on?
Yeah.
I could probably do sales, but here's the problem.
Yeah.
I have this... What?
I was just going to say a conscience.
Well, a conscience. I have humanity, but most of all, this very intense fear of constant rejection. And, to me, that's enough to say, this is not my bag, baby.
I mean, I can handle the rejection aspect of it, but it's like nobody's accepting. Even if I had one, I probably would have been like, oh, I got $100. Do this again. I didn't get 0. I got 0. I actually spent more in gas on my own time driving around to these places trying to sell them, hey, would you like to be part of the IHOP placemat?
It's still, you would think that would have been a very, very lucrative profession. It's a shame that you weren't given the time to give yourself a little confidence, a little boost.
Well, listen, I am a full believer in radio advertising, not just because I work here and that's how we get paid.
Right.
But also, there's something to be said about repetitiveness. And when you hear the same thing over and over again, you're like, oh, it gets in your head. So that when you are looking for a product, you're like, oh, I heard those guys on the radio. And that's how that works.
That's how that works.
That's how you bring things.
Well,
how many people are going to, Jed's breakfast place and going, yeah, you know what? I reminiscent at that time I spilled ketchup from my scrambled eggs all over that glass guy that I wanted to hire for my auto glass.
I was eating that one time at Bernie's Dining Depot, and I saw the business card on the placemat and say, ooh, I was looking for a guy that fixes deck chairs.
They had the tables. They had the whole table.
The whole table was business cards,
It was like a plexiglass thing over the table, and it had all that stuff underneath.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good way to make extra money if you're sitting there.
If only that place were still operating.
I just don't know how effective that is.
You know what? Because you don't know how long that's been under the plexiglass or how long it was since the placemat was printed.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you may see a lot of out-of-date, out-of-business businesses that are not available to help you.
Yeah.
That was always my feeling.
I mean, I always understood like the church flyers, like the bulletin in the church when you go to church every week. I could see that. It was always a funeral home. Like there was, because that's
Usually more than one.
what, but that's good targeting right there. Like you're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go to these guys because that's my faith, and they're obviously advertising in my thing. So
They have
know what they're
funerals in
doing.
this building all the time.
Right. So I just the effectiveness of this kind of advertising that this guy's talking about, where she's probably online, she's probably on Facebook, she's probably trying to sell whatever it is. But how effective is that?
Yeah, but the question is, should he be the one to be causing a stink about it, or should she be able to discover it on her own?
I don't know.
I would think after 9 months. I'd say even after like 3 months, it's pretty easy to determine whether or not this is going to stick.
Yeah. I like this guy's answer. Wait, she's into an MLM? What is that? That stands for something.
LMN?
MLM.
MLM.
It's something multi-level marketing. That's what it's Ponzi scheme stuff.
Okay, well,
and then the guy says, "Wait, she's into MLM. Forget a-hole or not. You need to get her the F out if she is."
I can't believe you didn't sell enough Amway soap.
Wait, you don't like you don't want to see the Finger Hut catalog? You don't want to see what we have offered? Look at this massager. Now, a good sex toy shop will sell that for $60, $70 either. I can sell it to you for $20.
What do I got to do to get you onto this sex toy today?
And you can say it's for your shoulders and your neck.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting
It's
there
for,
watching TV.
Definitely for medicinal purposes.
You know, that was the funny thing. We saw that toy. There was a toy in that cup store in West Springfield years ago. And then months later, I see it for sale at Costco, but under the guise of, it's a massager. And I'm like, that looks exactly like the Punani pavement pounder thing that was for sale over at the over at the adult toy store.
I'm telling you, they're selling sex toys at CVS now next to the adult undergarments.
And they can charge more money for them. If you just go and there's plenty of things that can be a sex toy without paying sex toy prices.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I think Marty had that whole story about the banana peel thing. Right?
Which is a classic, by the way.
Yeah, you can turn anything into a set. You don't need to go spend your high-priced Athena money.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You do not.
You can easily get a fruit roll-up and shape it into a pair of underwear. If that's your thing, you know? Oh, look, we're plumb out of time. How about that?
That's too bad. That was just
another round of Am I the A-hole?
Just getting there.
Yeah.
It's 7:21 on Rock 102.
Down.
7:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Technicians get up to a $5,000 sign-in bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Holyoke Fire Department crews responded to several small fires yesterday. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but the department highlighted two of the most notable ones. In one incident, crews responded to 115 Newton Street around noon. When they arrived, they saw a small fire in an abandoned building. They quickly put it out, and the cause is under investigation. In another, crews responded to the Salvation Army building on Appleton Street just before 7 Monday night. Firefighters were met with smoke. Nice to meet you, firefighter. Oh, nice to meet you, cloud of smoke.
What are you doing here?
Oh, here's the boiler and chimney area I was telling you about. An investigation is underway, but firefighters believe it was caused by a faulty boiler. It's the boiler's fault.
It's always somebody else's
It's
fault,
always the boiler's fault. Ugh. Oh, over in Agawam, they're dealing with noise.
Noise?
So much noise in Agawam.
What kind of noise are we talking about here?
City councilors all agree that Agawam residents deserve some quiet time overnight, but they couldn't pass a construction noise ordinance because they can't agree on the hours. Councilors voted 7-4 on October 6 in favor of zoning ordinance proposed by Mayor Christopher Johnson and Councilor Anthony Russo that would have banned loud construction work before 6 a.m. and after 8 p.m. on weekdays, and before 8 a.m. and after 6 p.m. on weekends. The vote failed as it needed a supermajority of 9 votes to pass. The councilors who voted against the ordinance said they wanted a tighter window, such as 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays. Residents of Southern Feeding Hills, who had requested the ordinance because of a loud construction site in their neighborhood, spoke at the meeting to ask for more quiet time. It's not a family-friendly hours you're presenting, said Donna Davis, a South Westfield Street resident. You're going to have a lot of people with small children. If they're lucky enough, they're still sleeping at 6 a.m. and don't want them woken. Russo noted, however, that by failing to pass anything, Agawam will continue to lack restrictions on construction noise. Police can enforce state and local laws on unreasonable noise, but only by issuing fines. Russo's proposed ordinance would have become part of Agawam's zoning code, which means that the building inspector could order all site work to be stopped.
Oh, come on now.
The proposed law was based on construction hours laws in other Massachusetts cities and on conversations with contractors about how their businesses operate, said Russo, who said he has 26 years of experience pouring concrete at building sites. He said 6 a.m. starts are standard for builders, and long work days are sometimes necessary, depending on the weather, to lay a large floor evenly.
You know, this
but
is
do you have to do it so loudly?
I know, but you know, there's going to be a bunch of people who'll be complaining if you change it that not enough work is getting done fast enough because you're restricting the amount of hours they can actually do the work. So, are you really getting what you want, or are you just causing more problems with unintended consequences?
I don't know. Do you want a leaf blower blowing around your house at 6 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I don't, but then again, I'm not there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
But that's what I'm saying. This is, if you lived near that, would you want that?
No, of course not.
Would you complain about it because, oh my God, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, you're using that leaf blower?
Yeah, but the people that are complaining are the people who will be looking across, Edna Kravitz will be looking across the street. Why don't the Stevens ever rake their yard?
Yeah. I say that about me all the time.
They do?
Raking the yard.
Yeah.
That's such a pain in the ass.
That's why I hired a man to do it.
A man?
A real man.
You know who else is a man?
Who's a man?
Your lawn guy's a man.
He's a man.
Both Russo and Johnson said the original proposal is a balance between neighbors and builders' needs. The mayor said most contractors prefer to work from 6 a.m. until early afternoon, wrapping up at 3 or 4, but the ability to extend the workday into the evening if they fall behind schedule. Well, maybe you're not working hard enough. Maybe if you had gotten the job done between the hours that we told you, if you could work, then you wouldn't have this problem.
It's a good point.
He also stated the building inspector would have some discretion to enforce later starts and earlier ends to the construction day on a case-by-case basis if residential neighbors complain about specific work sites. Councilor Robert Rossi called that an arbitrary ordinance and said he wouldn't vote for it. He also said 6 a.m. start time for construction really means workers would begin showing up at 5 a.m. to get the materials and stuff. This is what it is. Yeah, okay, we tell you to start at 6, but you're already getting all your tools, clanking them around in the toolbox,
but that doesn't
getting ready at 5 a.m.
But that doesn't mean you're firing your equipment up. It just means you're getting ready. You can get ready quietly.
I don't know. Have you ever heard a construction guy start racking around wrenches and sledgehammers and shovels and everything else?
I know. But this is, you want to get stuff fixed, this is the stuff you gotta put up with.
I vote for longer hours.
Yes, me too.
Because it's not me working. It's somebody else.
And really, isn't that what's important?
Well, it really is. It's about us. It's not about the people.
Exactly.
Commonwealth Murals is once again adding art to the city of Holyoke, painting a new mural in the Paper City. The new mural is going up on Dwight Street across from Greg and Adams Package Store. Commonwealth Murals has painted multiple murals across the city over the years. Just this weekend, they participated in the annual Burn or Get Burnt Graffiti Jam, giving them the chance to show off the graffiti skills in a creative atmosphere. They have this one on the side. I think that's Dwight Street. I was there yesterday. They had, it's like an anti-texting and driving thing. So, but it's cool.
But it's okay
cool.
if you drive and read a mural, right?
Well, why not? You can't miss it. It's right when you come down the hill and you can see the mural right on the thing.
I have not seen that
Well,
or paid attention.
You're missing out.
Well, I know. I'm too busy watching the road rather than looking at all the murals or artwork.
Is that how you do it?
That's how I stay safe in the streets.
Across the border, an Enfield woman is facing a felony charge accusing of stealing from an elderly woman in Stafford. According to authorities, 34-year-old Sarah Gintick was hired to clean the 82-year-old's house who was sick. That's when Gintick allegedly stole jewelry from the home. An unrelated traffic stop led to Gintick's arrest Monday morning on an active warrant for the alleged theft. She's being charged with third-degree larceny and was released on $15,000 cash bond. Gintick is due to be back in court at the end of this month. I see her Gintick pic that they've shared.
An unsolicited Gintick pic.
An unsolicited Gintick pic. She has red hair. She's a ginger. She has no soul. Of course she's going to steal from an elderly woman.
You do know that's a misnomer, right? You know, there are redheaded people with plenty of soul.
I don't know. I believe they suffer from a disease called gingivitis.
No, that's actually not true.
Yeah.
I know people who have red hair who have gingivitis.
Ginger.
That's a gum thing. But that's nevertheless, there are plenty of people with red hair who have souls. In fact, I'd say a wide majority do.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, let's agree to disagree.
I told you about that guy that confronted me in the store. Because I said, the bigger the pickup truck that you have, the smaller the penis that you have.
Oh, that's true, though.
And then I also said the thing about being a ginger, and then he confronted me in a store one day. Hi, I'm Mike. I got red hair, and I drive a Ford F-350. Thanks a lot.
It's all right, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't need Steve Nagle to have that pointed out to you.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about you behind your back about the same exact thing.
The truck alone indicates that you're going to need tweezers to see some things and a magnifying glass.
Again, you didn't need to intervene in that situation.
Well, anyway, just be careful that your caretaker isn't stealing from your elderly parent. Because as you said earlier, you didn't want to scare anybody. But that happens more often than not.
It does. I mean, it's, when you have somebody into your home, you can't automatically assume that they are, on the up and up. On the other hand, you got to pay attention. Cameras will sometimes help that situation out. And like little signs that say, you're being filmed while you clean Nana's house.
Yeah, you got to do that though. You got to put cameras around the house.
Well, I mean, if you want to be, if you want to continue to live a paranoid lifestyle, sure.
The invasive spotted lanternfly has spread to numerous municipalities across the state and has started laying eggs. The spotted lanternfly, originally from Asia, has become an increasingly common sight across New England in recent years, and it's been seen in western Massachusetts. They were first discovered in Massachusetts in 2021, and they have been widespread in the western part of the state, causing concern for residents. You ever see these things? You got to kill them as soon as you see them.
Yeah.
The DAR states that the spotted lanternflies have mated and eggs are laid starting in September and continue through November. The egg masses, which resemble a splotch of mud, are about an inch long, flat, rectangular, and grayish in color and are typically covered with gray or beige waxy protective coating. They can be found on just about anything, such as trees, porch lights, vehicles, outdoor furniture, potted plants, and other outdoor decor. The DAR says that the egg masses will survive over the winter. They advise residents to crush them and scrape them off the surface. Lanternfly eggs. Crushed and scrambled.
I'm reading that they can attack over 70 different species, grapevines, fruit trees, ornamental plants. Just in Pennsylvania alone, they cause like $13.1 million in damage every single year.
Yeah.
So you gotta get one of them big tennis rackets, the battery operated tennis racket that zaps all the bugs.
Yeah.
I love those damn things.
Those things get fried though. The bigger ones.
Oh yeah.
You can like electrocute them. In a sick way.
But you know what? Yeah. If they are invading over 70 species and causing over $13 million in damages to the state of Pennsylvania alone,
yeah, get off my lawn.
Then I am going to have to work on my backswing.
You have to work on
or my forehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you get better.
That's how I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, step into it so they really zap them.
Those things are pretty like intense for a small bug. Like the little tiny mosquitoes, you don't even hear them.
No.
die.
But when you get like a big spider or something,
Yeah.
That's-
A moth.
oh yeah.
You get a moth in there. It's like the Green Mile.
I'm not really great at getting like flies, but like slow moving bugs I can get.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can handle that. I just don't have
You don't have
I don't
the
have the foot
agility.
speed.
You don't have the agility.
Not like I used to.
Yeah.
No.
Peruvian Bishop Ciro Quispe Lopez submitted his resignation to Pope Leo after a Vatican investigation revealed he was secretly dating up to 17 women simultaneously.
Who can keep all that straight?
Damn.
One woman's enough. Well, not for a priest, but one woman is enough for a layperson.
Talking about polishing the pontiff. I mean, you know what I'm
kidding,
saying,
yeah.
right? The bishop of Julie, Peru, that wasn't one of the names of the women he was dating,
Julie Peru, I
Yeah.
hear she's nice.
denies the allegations, attributing them to a defamation campaign. The investigation was triggered by a journalist's findings that Lopez was exchanging explicit messages with multiple women. The scandal unfolded when one of the bishop's lovers became jealous and shared information about his affairs with others. It's always somebody who's going to turn you in because they got jealous.
Isn't the
Well, she makes better donuts for the church coffee hour.
isn't the vow of chastity like on the first page of the application to become a priest?
You know what? This is like the scandals I'm okay with the Catholic Church. So what? The guy's consensual sex with adult women.
Well, what you don't know is one, is it consensual? And then two, did he manipulate himself into these situations because he is a priest? And if that's the case, the dude should not be a priest.
But how many of them are
He should be a
priests
tennis instructor instead.
that were accused of sexually assaulting children and still have jobs?
I agree.
And they just move them to a different diocese.
I'm not saying that that's not an enormous issue. Clearly it is. But what I'm saying is a lot of these priests who are breaking that vow are predatory. And how is that playing into this situation? You have to ask that question. I'm asking it right now.
I don't know.
I'm not going to get any answers, but I'm asking.
I mean, it's a good guy. 17 chicks that you're having affairs with.
Yeah,
And
see,
it's like, no, I can't. It can't possibly be me. I'm the priest.
and I think most people would say, oh, yes, no, it could possibly be you because you are a priest.
Yeah.
And because there's a certain level of trust that some people have with their priest.
Actually, he's a bishop. I'm a bishop. You're gonna take my word for it over a priest's word.
The bigger they are, the mightier they fall.
This is the struggle that you have as a celebrity bishop. You got all these Mary Magdalens lining up at the door, waiting to get their turn.
Yeah, to me, this stinks of manipulation and a predatory nature.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with a high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It is 51 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
How much?
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock at 7:53 and Rush with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy and rainy today with a high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 51 right now in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is Daniel Ash, formerly of the band 11 Rockets and Bauhaus. He's got a brand new band called Ashes and Diamonds. They got a new album coming out at the end of the month, which is absolutely fantastic. We talk about all kinds of things, including about that night in Boston where they were touring with Jane's Addiction. They had the fist fight on stage. We also talk about how they were almost hired to do the Super Bowl halftime show with Love and Rockets. Ooh. Really interesting. You can hear it on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Let's see. This Thursday, we're not doing the dinner and a comedy show thing because we're doing the Mayflower Comedy Night at MGM.
Tom Cotter is going to be the headliner. I'm looking forward to that. I've seen Tom like a bunch of times, and he's always great. And best of all, everything that we raise that night is going to the open pantry. And if you've read anything about what's going on over there right now, they are largely depleted at a time when the demand is wicked high. So Let's do what we can to get the open pantry ready to go and stocked up. The Mayflower Marathon is only about a month away, and if you're thinking about participating this year, start your local drives now, and we'll all get this going during the Mayflower Marathon. And the 24th of November is when it starts.
All right.
Okay.
Did you see that this plane crashed on I-195 in Rhode Island?
Yeah, I read about it. Yeah.
Holy crap! And I'm reading why, because obviously there was a nor'easter that we're dealing with.
Sure.
And I'm like, why would anybody in their right mind fly a small plane during a storm like that? And one of the explanations, and this isn't like a factual based thing, but it was a comment about a person who goes, yeah, these people who own these planes, like, they take advantage of these long weekends to like go flying around because the foliage in the fall is supposed to be like beautiful, even though it really the colors haven't been popping around here quite
Not yet. No.
But these people, they own these planes, and then they take these long weekends, and they're like, you know what? It's just a little rain. I'll go. And then they fly, and unfortunately, these two people died. They crashed right on 195.
You sometimes wonder, and again, we don't know if this is the case, but you sometimes wonder, these people that own their own private planes, how much time do they have in the cockpit? I mean, are these experienced pilots? Because in a situation where the weather is potentially dangerous, someone with got a lot of experience may say, hey, you know what? I'm good, but ain't that good.
Yeah,
I know enough not to fly in conditions like this.
And it just kind of amazes me that people have this confidence going, well, yeah, this small Cessna should hand up to those 50 to 60 mile an hour winds that are blowing up in the sky.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who own these things, like the small plane, the small aircraft thing, that's a big hobby. Like, there's a lot of people who are, like, really into that. And there are people who, like, even own the plane and live in a efficiency apartment because they'd rather spend the money on their airplane and spending time in the airplane. It's like a big thing. But you're right. I think some of these people don't have enough flying experience or heed the warnings of others.
And they just assume, well, I got my pilot's license and this is my plane. I think I know enough about flying in every condition. Well, and you may not.
I flew on that windy day once. We made it. Let's do it again.
No, I would wait until the weather calmed down.
Worst Columbus Day weekend ever.
It's just about 7:58 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Outdoor Power Headquarters, Steel, Ego, Craftsman, Toro, DeWalt.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, this Sunday, the New England Patriots will be in Nashville, Tennessee for a thrilling Week 7 matchup against the Tennessee Titans, the very team that Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel used to work for when he became the 2021 NFL Head Coach of the Year. Of course, that would have been the last time the Titans would have made the playoffs and resemble anything that remotely looks like a competitive football team. But hey, how bad are they? Well, let's just say that with their current 1-5 record, it was the Tennessee Titans that decided to become the first NFL team this season to unload their head coach. Yesterday, the Titans fired head coach Brian Callahan just 6 games into the season, his second season, managing only 4 wins during his entire time there. Now, was Brian Callahan really that bad of a coach, or was he head coach of an astonishingly horrible football team? Personally, I'm leaning towards an even split. Nevertheless, the Titans will be playing under defensive assistant coach Mike McCoy, who's been hired as their interim head coach. Mike McCoy has not been a head coach since 2013 to 2016 when he was in charge of the largely tepid San Diego Chargers and has not held a head coaching position since. That was until now when he just inherited a raging dumpster fire of a football team. So how does Mike Vrabel feel about facing his former team this week? The very team that fired him after the 2023 season? Well, according to Vrabel, he's just focused on winning the game on Sunday. He's not even thinking about ripping them apart in a spiteful fit of vengeance. Not even remotely hell-bent on impulsively acting upon things like unbridled rage, furious bursts of hostility, or even executing any combustible, grudge-fueled acts of retaliation. He just wants to win football games. And if that means he can shove his former employer's face into a heaping pile of go screw yourself as a 6.5-point favorite, then so be it. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You're going to rake all those leaves, or you're going to do the smart thing and get an Ego battery-powered leaf blower. It's lightweight. You can wield it around like a lightsaber and vanquish those little sad leaves all day long. Get your Ego blower today at Rocky's, $199 with your Ace Rewards card from Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102, Springfield.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:12 and Quiet Riot with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy today with some rain showers, high of 59. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It is 51 right now in downtown Springfield. We have Lou Graham. I'm reading this story about him.
Yeah.
Co-founder and former frontman of rock band Foreigner has announced that next year will be the final year that he's touring. What?
Well, he's had his share of health problems over the years, too.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that, actually, I'm more surprised it's taken this long.
The 75-year-old musician who has been performing in rock bands for more than 50 years sat down for an interview with Ultimate Classic Rock in which he discussed his future plans. I've been doing this for over 54 years, starting with Black Sheep, he told the Ultimate Classic Rock. You know, that was a professional band. We had 2 albums out on Capitol Records and did some serious touring. He elaborated that his future desires lie away from music. I just feel like there's some other things I want to do. I want to spend more time with my kids, my older kids and my younger kid, and I want to spend more time playing with my cars while I'm still capable of driving. That's probably a good... then why go on tour again?
Well, because it's probably the last chance he's going to have to make any amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he needs the cash. You know, it's so weird. I mean, you hear about all these touring musicians that are now in their 70s and 80s. I mean, you know, Paul McCartney does like a 3.5, 4-hour show at 83 years old, however old Paul McCartney is. I remember 40 years ago reading articles that said, now that Mick Jagger is turning 40, is he too old to continue doing what he's doing?
Now he's 85 or whatever the hell he is. How old is he? He's
83, 84 maybe? Is he too old to continue to do it? And at the time, people were thinking, how do you still be a rock and roll star at 40 years old?
You have to remember that when you're going to see these folks, they're not the same folks you remember from 40 years ago. And it is abundantly clear in the performances that a lot of these folks give. For example, Peter Frampton.
Yes.
He came out with an album, 6-7 years ago that was like it was basically an acoustic version of all of his songs.
Right.
And it sounded like an old man singing Peter Frampton songs. Oh, baby, I love your way every day.
Yeah.
I want you. Show me the way.
You seen video of, I'm sure you've seen video. I know. He's got to sit down. He's got his head between his knees.
Grab the oxygen tank.
I don't know if I can take it anymore. Video of like Frankie Valli from the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
So Frankie Valli's in his 90s, okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know that at all, but 90, I believe, is the point in which people can say he's old. Anyway, he's on stage, and he doesn't seem like he's 100% aware that he's on stage. Like he's staring, blankly into the audience, and the audience is kind of staring blankly right back at him. I also saw another video of the Scorpions, in which Klaus Meine, the lead singer, kind of doing the same thing. It's like, people love the Scorpions. What's not to love?
Yeah,
all their great hits from the '80s and early '90s. Terrific band, great band. Klaus is on the far end where you say, at what point should he stop? Because not only was he not really present, but he was also not really, I don't want to say he was off key. I'm just saying he discovered keys that have never been used before.
But who ultimately is responsible for the continuation of these tours? It's the consumer who's buying the ticket to said tour.
Well, interestingly enough, it's the consumer that's not really buying records and CDs the way they used to. So the money that used to sustain these bands back years ago, that money no longer exists in the same way. So the only way these guys can make money is through touring and, more importantly, merchandise. That's the only real functional way of making a living in music these days.
Right.
So if you got a guy like Klaus who's 80-something years old and still belting out big city nights, for him, Klaus's night should probably end at like 7 o'clock.
Probably.
5.5 hours after he ate dinner.
What? You got to be in bed at by 6 p.m.
Absolutely.
He's staying up late.
Absolutely.
I mean, I understand like the ability to, I don't know how I'm going to feel if I do make it to these golden years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd probably still want to be active if I was able to be active doing something. But you got to like think about your limits. To go on tour, I mean, he's talking a multi-city tour. That's tiring enough.
That's tiring for a 20-year-old kid, never mind a 75-year-old man.
Yeah. Well, look at that kid, the 12, 13-year-old kid that I took my daughter to go see, and the kid was sick. The kid was probably sick because he just came off a 30-date tour that was shoved into, a matter of 3 months that he did that. So, you're talking to a kid, that tires anybody out. I don't know how you're at 75 that you still got the spunk, if you will. You know what I like? Spunk.
I don't like spunk.
That kid's got spunk.
I don't like spunk.
Well, but I mean, it takes a lot of energy to do that and to continue to entertain audiences.
That's the reason why a lot of these guys are selling off the rights to their music.
Yeah.
This is like the last ditch effort to capitalize.
Yeah.
On all the work they've done. So when you hear of like an artist selling their music catalog for $100 million, got to tell you that makes a lot of sense if you're at a certain age and you look at what are my money-making opportunities with all this stuff that I've accumulated over the years? Not much. How about I sell it all and suddenly I'll go from $0 to $100 million? Put it in that perspective, it's not that hard of a choice.
I mean, I'm sure that, money is definitely a driving factor in a lot of these decisions to do. But the thing that would get me and make me angry, if I had spent $700 on a Motley Crue ticket, their final tour.
Like this time we really mean
it.
We
mean it this time. But we're not coming back next year. Or maybe we will. But they didn't even play. You had the whole report of Tommy Lee going along to a drum track.
Yeah.
You spend $700 on a ticket to see a rock star do a performance that he's not even doing, or he might have recorded it and he's moving along with his thing. But if you're not doing it live, that's the whole point of me going to see you.
Technically, that's true.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, to be a drummer, for example, is a very athletic, position. It's a very athletic job. It requires a great deal of physical demand on you.
I'm sure it does.
It's very possible that with the lifestyle that a Tommy Lee has squeezed out of himself over the last couple of decades, he may not be able to drum in the same way that you might be expecting.
Then that's a person that shouldn't be on tour. Because if you're not delivering the product, whether the the generational wear of your playing doesn't sound as it does the first time you started playing drums when you were hot and young and on fire and all that other stuff. If you're not even showing people how the music has progressed, so you're not offering the same deal to your consumer that is buying the ticket. It
is a system that is irretrievably broken, and until someone can figure out a way to bring it all back to some way of making sense for the consumer, the artist, the promoters, in a way that everybody can live with, It's broken.
It is.
It's totally broken.
I want to see $700 to go pay for a guy to lip sync, or $700 for a guy to go pretend that he's playing the drums.
I mean, not to point fingers and name names, but let's just say you're a big rock star from the early 80s, and you've got a cocaine habit to support. That's $500,000 a day. Well,
$500,000. What kind of coke are you doing?
Well, I'm not doing any, but I mean, I'm just saying.
$500.
$500 a day, $1,000 a day, whatever. I don't know the level of what he's taking. Anyway, let's just say that he's got that kind of thing to support. And he's also he's physically broken down after years of touring. Probably doesn't have the best insurance in the world because he's blasted through all of his money. What's a guy supposed to do? Play the records on stage at $500 a pop.
No, that's not that's not what I want to see. I want to see failure.
Yeah.
I want to see degeneration of a person, because that's the beauty of it. You see the beginning of the life and you see the end of the life, and you're like, you know what? He still plays pretty good for being 80-something years old.
Yeah, but then you look at like a Frankie Valli, you say, well, that guy shouldn't even be on stage.
Well, but he's still able to get out there.
I believe he was pushed.
Was he lip syncing that too?
You ever go to Disney World?
Like the animatronic?
I was
thing?
like he was in the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah.
With all that kind of animation was left in his system.
Well,
I don't think he's got much of a choice.
Okay.
But again, Lou Gramm sang with Foreigner. There are no original members in that band unless Lou joins them for a night, or Mick Jones decides to come out of retirement, but yet there's still a touring operation.
I don't know.
Are you satisfied with that option?
I'd be more satisfied with that option, because at least you're approving people that the original artist would go, that sounds exactly like how I would play it. That's the guy I want. I saw Foreigner. I thought they put on a great show. There's no original member in that band, but it's still a pretty good show that they put on. So if you can recreate that, I think I'd appreciate that more than just pretend that you're playing the instrument on stage.
And the other thing is, that version of the band is approved by the band.
Yeah.
Like the original band, better they go on the road than we.
That's true.
We can't do it, but these youngsters who've been playing our music for the last 20 years, let them go out and make money for all of us.
See, I think that's a great idea. And then those people can go on to form their own sets of bands and music.
It's 8:24 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rock 102.
It's 8:26 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Cloudy today with a high of, what did I say it was going to be? A high of 59. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 51 in downtown Springfield.
Hey, if you like craft beer, Rock 102's got a hell of a deal for you. It's the Rock 102 half-off hops. Vanish Valley, Great Awakening, and Arc Point have all sold out, but you can still get $50 gift cards to the breweries like Rustic Brewing and Scantic River for just $25. That's half off. That is a tremendous price. And they're on sale now at the Shop 30 store, rock102.com. But they're going fast, so don't wait on it. Half off hops from Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock.
Costco shoppers are raving about the amazing fall finds available this month, with several items becoming staples in their carts. From pumpkin cheesecake to Spider Active's men's jogger sweatpants, these products are must-haves for many. I like the Orvis pants. Did you ever get a pair of the Orvis pants?
I've had Orvis pants before.
Yeah.
No, they're nice pants.
They're nice, but you try to buy them wholesale or try to buy them directly from the website. They're like $100. You get them at Costco. They're $20.
You get a 15-pound cheesecake at any bakery, it's going to run you. But if you get it at Costco, they're cheap.
That's right.
You get a cheesecake that you couldn't possibly finish.
Other popular items include granola butter cookie dough, Red's bean and cheese frozen burritos.
Sure.
Jen Bakes apple fritter donut holes. Yeah, you're better off going to Randall's. Get the apple cider donuts.
Yep.
Sorry. And Haagen-Dazs peppermint bark ice cream bars. Additionally, Cuisine Adventures mini quiche has made a comeback, delighting fans with its return to the shelves. Now, let's tell you what just happened here. This is a news story.
That's a news story?
Well, it's packaged as a news story, but it's really just a giant advertisement for Costco. Hey, you got to get to Costco.
Who ran that?
This would be, let's see, the news sources would be the Associated Press.
The Associated Press
Yes.
is now doing Costco commercials.
Well, it's hard. They're hurting right now.
The Associated Press, a news gathering service that every other news gathering service relies on for news gathering.
This is the lifestyle section of the Associated Press.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's important because, with so much going on in the world between, war in Ukraine and, a potential ceasefire in Gaza. Thank God we are on top of what's going on at Costco.
The spiderware. I mean, everybody wants a piece of that, don't they? Who doesn't want a nice fall jacket?
Man, I'll tell you what, this whole peace thing in Gaza is pretty important. But did you hear about the pumpkin cheesecake that's going on at Costco?
What happened at Costco?
They got a pumpkin cheesecake.
What?
That's right.
Are you kidding me?
About the size of a hubcap.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. I guess the Associated Press is really getting the hard-hitting stories.
We got real news coming up next to Rock 102.
Looking for a new
8:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Health New England. They're here with you every step of the way. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The top story on 22 this morning. Although Apple Green Electric has withdrawn from Highway Service Plaza contract negotiations with the Bay State, controversy over the contract awarding process continues. Early this summer, the DOT kicked off the bidding process for a Highway Service Plaza contract. This contract, which would include a 35-year lease of 18 highway service plazas, represents a major upfront cost to the Bay State, with the end goal of creating thousands of permanent local jobs and better service plaza experiences for customers. I just want to go to the bathroom.
But didn't you feel better going to a bathroom that's cleaner, nicer, and more technologically advanced?
Why can't you just clean the bathroom, keep it clean, and not have all the fancy other stuff that goes along with that nobody really wants or needs?
Have you ever been to a service plaza and seen the bathroom and then said to yourself, oh, hell no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I did that. It wasn't even a service plaza. I don't even want to say what fast food restaurant it was, but I had to make, I went to go visit my folks over the weekend. So I drove out there and I had to go, pull over and do a thing or two. And I had that same experience where I opened the bathroom door and said, oh, hell no.
But you went anyway because you had to go.
Yeah. I did. But it was one of those things where somebody decided to make a mockery of the entire room.
Apple Green Electric, an Ireland-based company with a track record including 113 United States Service Plaza, they have them all over up New York State Thruway, these Apple Green places.
Oh, really? I haven't seen them.
Yeah. It was ultimately awarded the $750 million contract in June, sparking outrage both from a competitor bidder and from some Bay Staters. Global Partners is a Waltham-based company also competing for the contract, and they have publicly challenged the DOT's decision since it was issued. Global Partners alleged their bid was more viable and productive for Massachusetts, saying it would save the Commonwealth $20 million. In response, Apple Green issued a statement highlighting that their bid would create 1,500 jobs. Oh, yeah? Well, you're saving $20 million, but we're creating more jobs, and we have construction jobs, and our plan would save the state money, too. Apple Green filed a cease and desist order against Global Partners as crowds gathered outside the State House to protest the contract decision, and Global Partners filed a lawsuit to stop the Department of Transportation from executing the lease. After months back and forth between the two companies and public questions about the fairness of the procurement process, Apple Green announced in late September that they were pulling out of the contract negotiation.
Meanwhile, you have people all over the highways and byways of this great state of ours who really got to use the toilet.
Like a closeted man in one of our rest stops, we're pulling out.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but yeah. I'll let you have your metaphor and enjoy it.
Well, I mean, a lot of those places are.
I don't know that to be true, Steve. I just know it to be a place
I was
to
just
do my
going
business.
by what you used to blog about. The places where you can get a,
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. I've never had a blog of that sort.
I believe Baxy's cruising pamphlet.
No,
all the cruising places you can go to.
No, that was for dinner cruises.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, it was.
You can do it on the dinner cruises too?
Not during dinner.
I never saw anybody do that on the Lady B. You want to get on the Lady D is where you want to go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's see. Bradley Airport sees minimal delays despite, the government shutdown and all the air traffic controllers and whatnot. Travelers at Bradley International Airport experienced minimal delays on Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day, despite concerns over a nor'easter and the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. The airport, which was expected to be busy due to the holiday, remained quiet. The nor'easter, a coastal storm affecting the Northeast, did not significantly disrupt travel plans, and the government shutdown, now in its 13th day, did not appear to impact airport operations. I expected a delay, but it was only about 15 minutes, said a traveler heading to Dallas. I thought it would be backed up, but looking at the line, it's not bad at all.
Well, that's encouraging.
It is.
You got travel plans.
I've been at the airport. When you get to the airport, if your flight is at 6 a.m.,
yep,
it's busy at 4 a.m. It's packed in there at 4 a.m. because most people take those early morning flights out.
Right.
Because they're more direct or they're, it's less likely of a chance something's going to be delayed because you're probably only going to be delayed at your next stop.
And most people are usually going to get there at least an hour and a half, 2 hours in advance. So they're all going to be there super early.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. No delays. Nice.
Let's see. A small plane, speaking of planes, a small plane crashed on a major highway in southeastern Massachusetts early Monday amid rain and strong winds, killing both people on board and wounding another person on the ground. In video shot by people in passing vehicles, smoke could be seen billowing above I-195 from scattered blazing debris. The highway,
Steve, I believe that's pronounced debris.
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 The highway was closed in both directions near the crash site in Dartmouth, about 50 miles south of Boston, if you didn't know where Dartmouth was. They're just telling you.
Yeah, I know.
The Mass State Police said in a statement it was not aware of any survivors on the plane, which it said may have been attempting to land at New Bedford Regional. Officials said it does not appear the pilot provided the airport with a flight plan or passenger details. A spokesman for the NTSB said it was investigating the crash, saying a Socata TBM 700 had departed from the New Bedford Airport. No information about the people on board is being made public, pending notification of next of kin. A person on the ground was taken to the hospital, according to the state police. In a Facebook post, New Bedford Mayor John Mitchell extended his condolences to the loved ones of those lost in the tragic plane crash. New Bedford Regional Airport officials are prepared to support the NTSB in its investigation. But, we talked about this last hour. Not quite the weather to be wanting to fly in.
And also, again, because we mentioned about the experience of the pilot, an experienced pilot might not have gone up in this kind of weather, but an experienced pilot would also have provided information about who was on the flight, right?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm thinking. This is someone who didn't have enough experience to be flying in those kinds of conditions.
Well, you get a little confident. You've had X amount of flying hours. And you're like, hey, you know what? It's just a little windstorm. No big deal.
It's a bad day for flight. Unless you are an experienced pilot, in which case you might say, yeah, I'm not going up in this.
Yeah, I would refuse to get up.
Yes.
In that. Let's see. Where's the story I just had here? 82-year-old lady.
What'd you do?
New details are emerging about why investigators believe an 82-year-old woman shot and killed her husband at an assisted living facility in South Carolina.
Go on.
82-year-old Harriet K. Recker is
a home wrecker?
She is a home wrecker. Is accused of shooting and killing her husband, 81-year-old Dennis Recker, at the Preston Health Center, a skilled care facility on Hilton Head Island. She is charged with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Based on the discovery of notes, financial documents, and interviews with witnesses and family members, deputies now believe the September 12th shooting was premeditated. Dennis Recker had been admitted to the care facility the day before the shooting due to medical issues requiring extra care. On the morning of the incident, a neighbor who had driven Harriet to the facility was showing the couple to their room when they noticed an extra wheelchair was needed. The neighbor left the room to retrieve the chair and, while away, heard a loud noise. Rushing back, the neighbor found Harriet Recker holding a revolver and Dennis Recker with a gunshot wound to the chest. Holy crap.
Man.
Man.
What's going on with this?
Despite life-saving efforts, he died on the scene. Before he died, one witness reported Dennis Recker, seemingly surprised by the shooting, said, "She shot me." Family members told deputies they had never seen Harriet Recker with a gun before. During the investigation, deputies say the suspect asked for an attorney, but she also reportedly said, "He was a good man."
So why'd you shoot him?
Because the financial burden of having to take care of him.
Was that the reason?
That was one of the things that was revealed in the investigation so far.
Wow.
They still don't know all of the thing. A portion of the note read by an investigator. "To all of you, this has just been too much for me. I so wish I could do it with the wonderful family we have, so many good friends. We can't have a life without someone, and someone can't be me, as I am not strong enough or smart enough to handle all of this." It's a pretty sad story, actually.
It's a terrible story.
And it's like, what cognitive state are you in at 82? Obviously, you respected him. It wasn't like she left a note saying, God, he was abusive all these years and he did all these horrible things. None of that.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a horrible situation.
Well, I'm glad we could bring the downer news.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been better off with fake news.
Well, we could do fake news if you want.
Do you have any news about what's on sale at Costco?
Yeah, actually, the pumpkin cheesecake is a pretty popular item right now. There's a lot of people that can't,
Well, that's an exciting development.
How about this one? An apartment tenant fed up with hearing explicit, disturbing noises coming from a nearby apartment. Let's see. It's always the pop-ups.
Yeah, I know.
It's always the pop-ups. Yeah. Why is this?
I don't know, Steve. So anyway, what happened?
Well, I can't read the article because it's blocked by a
paywall.
Yeah. Somebody was playing pornographic noises through their speaker and annoying all the neighbors around them.
Well, that would be kind of annoying.
Well, I don't know. I mean, don't you think there's other people who I've heard neighbors play yacht rock before and go, oh, that's a pretty good playlist over there.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the pornographic noises coming from somebody's apartment because they're blasting. How bad do you need to listen to porn at that level that other people can hear it outside of your apartment?
I got to be honest. I'm really not all that interested in the dialogue.
Yes, but this is just the noise.
Yeah, I know, but if
what are they doing up there?
I'm trying to get in touch with my doctor on a telehealth call, and all I hear is this groaning and bumping and knocking going on next door.
Hello, 911. My neighbor is having an asthma attack. At least that's what it sounds like. And she's praying for God.
Now, meanwhile, doctor, I want to talk about my piles.
Yeah. And then, I want my piles. Yeah.
I've got to address the problem I have with the sugar.
Well, I mean, if I don't know what possesses you to play. Don't you think that would be a private thing that you'd be playing?
Yes.
Or maybe put some headphones on.
Like I said, I don't require a plot line or dialogue to kind of get into the moment. So, yeah, I would probably turn the volume down.
And also, this person was hacking into other people's Bluetooth speakers in the apartment complex and blasting porn noises.
So they wanted to share.
At 4:30 in the morning.
That's awful, but yet hilarious at the same time.
Well, it's easier to connect to a Bluetooth speaker than it is to connect to somebody's Wi-Fi because the Bluetooth thing has always got the signal going. You can easily connect to that if you pair it right. Yeah, I'm sick of listening to her Little House on the Prairie. Let's change it up with a different kind of half pint, if you know what I'm saying, right? Here's Smelly Nelly in her first appearance. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be cloudy with some rain showers, and tomorrow mix of sun and clouds with a high of 62. It's 51 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Are ya?
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:51. And Def Leppard with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Let's see. It's going to be cloudy today with a high of 59. Mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with a high of 62. It's 51 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hey, it's a Shop Tuesday here.
What are you doing?
I'm just playing around. All right. It's a Shop Tuesday here at Rock 102. This morning at 9 o'clock, if you go to rock102.com, you can save 30% off to Papa George's Pizza in East Hampton. Always serving great food with the freshest ingredients, offer free local delivery, and you can cater your next party there, too. That all starts at 9 o'clock at the Shop 30 store at rock102.com. Do not miss out. 30% off Papa George's Pizza in East Hampton.
Papa George.
Papa George.
You just told me about this story, and I didn't see it the other day. 22 News has obtained court documents charging a former student at UMass Amherst with allegedly recording women without their knowledge while they were showering in campus residence halls. On Tuesday, 22 News was sent a news release from the Young Entrepreneurs America, also, recognizing 23-year-old Josiah Crozier of Coleraine for running a $400,000 painting business in one summer through the Student Painters Program.
Oh, a very industrious young man.
After publication, 22 News has been inundated with tips on the criminal case against Crozier. On Friday, 22 News was able to obtain the court records, which show Crozier has been charged with 8 counts of photographing an unsuspecting nude person. According to the criminal complaint, the alleged incidents occurred between September 16th and September 18th of 2024 while Crozier was living in Grayson Hall, a residence hall on the UMass Amherst campus. 6 of the incidents reportedly took place in Grayson and Field Halls, which are connected to buildings. Another incident was reported in Dickinson Hall, which is located nearby. According to police, Wi-Fi connection logs obtained from UMass IT services show that only one device was connected to the network at all 5 incident locations during the time of the alleged recordings. That device allegedly belonged to Crozier.
Oh, it seemed like such a great plan until you forgot all about that IT service stuff.
A forensic analysis conducted by the Mass State Police reportedly uncovered 2 images on Crozier's phone showing nude women in showers taken from above. Investigators say that the images were taken during the same time frame as the other incidents, but the individuals in the photos were not among the identified victims. He was arrested in December of 2024 and later released following his arraignment. He has been ordered by the court to stay away from UMass campus. According to a university spokesperson, confirmed that Crozier is no longer enrolled at the school. They contacted for comment, and they stated that they were not aware of this and are currently investigating the legal case. Huh.
You know, I mean, not for nothing. I know we're kind of talking a lot about this kind of stuff today, but, the internet is loaded with pictures and videos of people who are not wearing clothing. So why would you do something stupid like this when it should be obvious? It shouldn't take a whole lot of investigation to find out who this might be.
You ran a $400,000 painting business.
Yes. As a college student.
And because you were doing that, you felt, hey, since we're in the bathrooms here anyway, let's connect some cameras. You got all this money. What do you need? Can't you, if you're looking to get your rocks off, like you just said, can't you go on the internet and get somewhere else? Or with that kind of money, you could probably get the kind of chick that you want.
This is there's that too, but this reminds me so much of the shower scene in Porky's.
Yeah.
Next thing you're gonna have Nurse Ballbricker going in there, wanted to do some investigating, and all of a sudden they figure out it's you, and it's not that hard to figure out.
Can you imagine if those kids in Porky's had cameras back then?
No kidding.
Yeah.
That movie would have ended a whole lot faster.
It'd be devastating. But
listen, don't. I know you got a camera on your phone, but that doesn't mean you have to use it for that purpose. There's much better things you can take pictures of.
Yeah.
Food, dogs, your feet, you at the beach.
And you killed your painting business.
Yeah. No one's going to have you paint their house.
What's your name of your business? Spy Cam Painters.
Candid Camera Painters.
Yeah. Hidden views. Hidden views painting. We get all the cracks, literally.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's just about 8:57 on Rock 102.
It's back. Rock 102's Pro Picks Pool.